Sri Lanka is an island situated in the southern tip of India. Sri Lanka is best known as a green country with the sun all year around, famous for its tea. From the hills and surrounded with rural villages, rich in agriculture fed by the water storage tanks. The population of Sri Lanka is 20 million, and there are three identified ethnic groups of 74% Sinhalese, 10% Tamils, and 7% Muslims. The country is divided into 25 districts, and at present, Eclof operate mainly in 8 districts. Eclof Lanka was inaugurated in 1975 with the support of Eclof Geneva and the National Christian Council of Sri Lanka. As we get about our work in 2016, we are proud that we have completed 40 years of a long road in serving the less privileged people and given them hope to have decent way of life. We continue in investing in human dignity through different types of products cultivation, small industries, dairy farming, fishing and many others, and keep pace with the ever-growing demand for services. And as now we have granted almost 340 million rupees and reached out almost 15,000 clients across the country. We are proud that we had worked hand in hand with the divisional secretariat and supported almost 550 registered women's societies and another 280 small women's groups. We are proud for what we have achieved through the years, not looking at numbers but being able to throw light to so many people's lives for livelihood, social support, education, and various other programs that have created a strong bondage with our clients. 80% of the Sri Lankans lives in rural Sri Lanka. Majority are engaged in agriculture and livestock farming with water available from irrigation tanks coming down from ancient times. Rural Sri Lanka becomes the main source and engine for the production of rice, which is the staple diet of the Sri Lankans. Nithalawa is a remote village in the north-central provincial of Sri Lanka, within the administrative district of Coronagila. The main water source is the village tank called Nithalawa, from which 100 of hectares of paddy lands are being cultivated. It fills up during the rainy season to the brink, during which time the cultivation begins. During the dry season the water level dramatically goes down, causing problems for both man and beast, and the elephants roar out destroyed the cultivation, in search of food. Mala Mangalika and her family have been living in Nithalawa for the past 18 years. Her income was from a half-an-acre paddy land, and her home garden. This income was slowly dwindling with more and more demand for her daughter's education. Mala was a member of the Deepti Women's Society when she met with the Eclof Learning Project officer in that area.
මම නිතල කාන්තා සමිතියට බැඳුනේ 2002 සමිතිය ටිකෙන් ටික දියුණු වෙලා 2005 විතර ණය ගන්න ගොඩාක් පිහිට වුණා මේ එක්ලොප් ආයතනේ. ඒ වෙනකොට අපි මුලින්ම 5000 ණය වාරික තමයි පටන් ගත්තේ. ඒ වෙනකොට අපේ ව්‍යාපෘතිය පුංචි ව්‍යාපෘතියක් තිබ්බේ දෙහි මහත්තයා මේ පුට් සයිකලේ ටික ටික අරන් ගියේ මේ ගම් වලින් එකතු කරගෙන. ඊට පස්සේ නැවත අපි අවුරුද්දෙන් අවුරුද්ද ණය ගන්න ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි කරගත්තා. වැඩි කරගෙන මෝටර් සයිකලයක් ගත්තා. මෝටර් සයිකලෙන් ඊට වැඩි ටිකක් දෙහි ගෙනියන්න පටන් ගත්තා. දිගටම මේ ව්‍යාපෘතිය කරගෙන ගියා. කරගෙන යන අතරේදී තමයි එක්ලොප් ආයතනෙන් අපිට ලක්ෂය දක්වා ණය දුන්නා. ලක්ෂේ ණය දෙසරයක් තුන් සැරයක් විතර ගන්න පටන් ගත්තට පස්සේ අපි මේ වාහනයකට යන්න ඕනේ කියලා හිතුවා. ඊට පස්සේ අපි මේ ඩීමු බට්ටා ගත්තා. දැන් ගොඩාක් දුරට අපේ ව්‍යාපෘතිය දියුණුයි. දැන් අපි මේ පළාතෙම දෙහි ගන්නවා. අරගෙන මේ කීල්ස් එකට ගෙනියනවා. කීල්ස් එකට අරගෙන ගිහින් මේ තෝරලා හොඳ දෙහි තමයි කීල්ස් එකට ගන්නෙ. එතනින් පස්සේ ඒ තෝරන ඒවා ආපහු ආය අපි මාකට් එකට දානවා. අපිට ලොකු උදව්වක් වුණා එක්ලොෆ් ආයතනයේ ණය. ඒ හින්දා තමයි වාහනයක් ගත්තේ අපි බය නැතුව.
There was almost 3 decades of civil war in the north of Sri Lanka, which devastated life and property, finally accounting for almost 130,000 lives. The aftermath of the war saw multiple issues of housing of displaced persons, sanitation, earning capacity of the people at the lowest level, etc. It was in 2011 that Eclof agreed to work in partnership with Divisional Secretary of Mana, along with other government officers, to give life to a community in Traman suffering with no means of any livelihood. It was then that the Episcopal Relief Development, or the ERD, the development arm of the Anglican Church, were ready to partner with Eclof once again in the income generating project and the social well-being program of women in Mana. Sundana Lakshmi in Mana lost her husband during the time of the war and was left with 2 children without any hope for the future.
எனது பேர் சந்தாலட்சுமி. 2006ஆம் ஆண்டு இங்கே இருந்து மடுவுக்கு போய் யுத்தத்தால் மடுவில் இருந்து திருப்பி நாங்கள் கிளிநொச்சி போய் கிளிநொச்சியிலேருந்து முல்லைத்தீவு போய் முல்லைத்தீவு தொங்கல் உடையார்கட்டு மட்டும் கடாப்படாத கஷ்டப்பட்டு செல்லில் எல்லாம் காயப்பட்டு இங்கே இருந்து போய் உடையார்கட்டில் இருந்து வவுனியா போய் வவுனியா சிதம்பரபுரம் முகாமில் இருந்த நாங்கள் முகாமில் இருந்து அங்கே தண்ணிக்கு கஷ்டப்பட்டு சாப்பாட்டுக்கு லைனில் நின்று குழந்தைகளுக்கு உடுப்பு வாங்குறதுக்கு லைனில் நின்று திருப்பி மன்னர் மாவட்ட களிமோட்ட முகாமில் வந்திருந்து 2009 மீள்குடியேற்றி வந்து 2010 எங்களுக்கு வாழ்வுதயத்தால் வீடு தந்தாங்க. அந்த வீடு கட்டி கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டப்பட்டு தான் வீடு கட்டின, ஆம்பளை இல்லாமல் உதவி இல்லாமல். திருப்பி 2015 இந்த எக்குலங்கா நிறுவனத்தை சந்தித்தோம். எங்களோட மாதர் சங்கம் ஊடாக முதலாக லோன் 25,000 ரூபா எடுத்து மானியாங்குளம் தோட்டம் செய்து சிறு லோனால் உதவி பெற்று வந்த நான். அது கொஞ்சம் கடனையும் கட்டின மாதிரி இருந்தது. திருப்பி 2வதாக 60,000 ரூபா லோன் எடுத்து நான் கிணறு 30,000 ரூபா செய்து தோட்டமும் செய்து இப்போ நல்ல ஒரு வருமானத்தை எடுத்து இந்த நிறுவனத்தால் சிறு தொழில் செய்கிற மாதிரியும் என்ற குழந்தைகளை படிக்க வச்சு இன்றைக்கு அரசாங்க உத்தியோகம் எடுத்து கொடுத்துருக்குறேன். நான் நல்ல ஒரு நிறுவனமாக எங்களுக்கு வந்து உதவி செய்து இன்றைக்கு உதவியை பெற்று கொண்டு இருக்கிறேன். நான் நல்ல ஒரு பலனை அடைஞ்சும் என்ற வருமானத்தையும் தேடி நான் செய்து கொண்டு வரும்போது மற்றவங்களுக்கும் இந்த தோட்டம் செய்கையை நான் சொல்லி கொடுத்து இப்படி செய்யணும்னு சொல்லி வருமானம் எடுக்கிற அளவுக்கும் நல்ல ஒரு முன்னேற்றத்துக்கு நாற்று மேடையெல்லாம் போட்டு அவங்களுக்கு காட்டி கொடுக்குறதும்.
It was a huge task to bring these women, who had lost their homes, children and husbands, to give glimmers of lights to their life to the end of the struggle. They now had smile worth much more than the value of the loans given with courage. Eclof is moving on to another devastated district of Kilinakchi, again in partnership with the ERD to Timor. It was not an easy task all these years. Many challenges, natural disasters, political atmosphere and various rules and regulations introduced by the government have made Eclof Lanka carry out operations with caution. A new Microfinance Act introduced this year, where the government plans to closely monitor the microfinance activities of all the institutions. Eclof Lanka, in the process of getting adapted to these changes, as we are determined to serve the community through our mission. We praise and thank God in all humanity that the board and staff have been partners in this adventure to make this program a success, so that the mission of Eclof to invest in human development with dignity has been accomplished in this small country, where all can share God-given benefits of the earth, in security and without fear for the future.